Hello, everyone. Welcome to River City Plus, the show after the show, the River City After Party. And today, the after party is a little bit sweaty because we got our workout on today with body precepts. Now, Carla, I'm going to kick it off with you and let you introduce these inspiring women and how they have come together to bring fitness, sisterhood, and inspiration all to the studio today.
Thanks, Jana. I'm happy to do that. I was just at the landing. If you're from Jacksonville, you know I was just out there trying to find an outfit for the Jaguars game, and I came outside and saw like all of these women, just high energy. I think it was Zumba at the time, just exercising. And I was like, I have to know what's going on. So I learned about Jaleesa and Jocelyn at the time. Jaleesa was actually the trainer out there. You have to see her move. Like, it was so intense and just amazing. So I found out more about her, and then I followed their journey. And the next year, they established Body Precepts in 2019. So we've kind of stayed in touch periodically since then, but I'm just amazed at their journey.
Well, ladies, I'm so excited to have both of you in studio. So I want to turn it to you and understand how you both created not only this company to bring inspiration to more women, but also how you both play a part in it. Now, Jaleesa, I'd love to start off with you because in the show, you teased everybody and mentioned that you actually lost over 100 pounds on your own healthily, which I think is really key. Everybody deserves their own weight loss journey, but it was really important to you to make sure that it was sustainable and that it was done in a healthy way. So I think the question on everybody's mind is, how did you do it? Do you mind sharing that with us?
Oh, of course. Thank you so much, Jana. I think the basis of it all was showing love for myself. The journey really started back when I was like in my early 20s. And I was like 300 pounds. I was just finding my way. I actually had got out of a really toxic, emotionally abusive relationship. And so I had to find my way. I lost myself. I didn't know my self-worth. And so I spent a lot of time alone. But in that time alone, God was able to do something in me and strengthen me, and I showed up for myself. I would consistently work out. I would go to the gym. I found something that I like to do. That's one thing I always tell women. You have to find something that you actually like to do in the gym. If you hate to run, please don't go running, sis. Don't do it. You don't have to. And then as for eating, sometimes eating is the hardest part because we relate that to so much, comfort when it comes to food. And so just being able to find foods that I like and learning balance and moderation and learning about the power of not emotionally eating, having control over my diet, that really helped. And probably lastly, it would have to be the accountability and the support. My family never made me feel like I was a burden. I felt out of place or fat or anything. They poured a lot of love into me. And I'm grateful for my sister, us building what we built, because the basis of it really is accountability, sisterhood. You just want to feel loved and supported in your journey. And that's what we want all of our women to feel.
Absolutely. I think you put that so beautifully, and the fact that you have this now personal training background, the fact that you're really kind of that physical and that muscle part of it. Now, Jocelyn, I'd love to understand really the psychology behind also the support that you offer within Body Precepts, because like you said, really that getting to the gym, the physical portion every day is one part of it, but that psychology, because so much of this can really get lost. You can do all the work in the gym, and then if you're going home and you're like me, and sometimes I just want to reach for something that I know isn't good for me, and it really is only good for that 20 minutes that you're eating it, and then afterwards you feel like crap. So really like making sure we set ourselves up for success. So what part do you play in this?
So my part is I play, is really the person who makes you think. You know, I change your perspective. That's what I like to say. And my goal is to basically tell you how to honor your body, trust your body again. Sometimes we lose our body's trust because we, call ourselves like not eating or overeating. So we have to learn how to get balance again. And like Jaleesa was saying about just knowing yourself and just believing in yourself, because sometimes we try to fix ourselves when we really need to start connecting with ourselves. And I think that's something that can be a very, basically a game changer in when it comes to really that transformation. So with, and when it comes to like psychology part of it, our emotions, we are sometimes be led by them, and so many times that we try like to push them down, or you know what, just not ignore them, but we can't. We have to acknowledge them and know where they're coming from, but do not let them control us, and that's the key.
And that's a tough balance to strike. And I think, not that men don't have, body challenges as well, but just historically as women, we're so mean to our bodies. Like, even
So
though
hard
they
on
do
ourselves.
so much for us. And I think just taking that time to reframe, but it's freaking hard. It is freaking hard. I mean, it really is. Like, I will catch myself doing it. Rance and Vaughn are actually wonderful that they support me, and they'll go, don't talk like that. Like, or something that I've adopted, if I hear a friend like really speaking poorly about herself, I'll be like, don't talk about my friend like that. Because if you don't continue to give those thoughts space, they don't continue to take that energy from you. But it's easy for us to sit here and say that, with these two beautiful, like, in shape women that are inspiring. But what do you do on the days where you don't want to eat right, where you don't want to go to the gym, when you don't even want to get out of bed? Like, what do you do?
I say self-love is a practice.
It is.
It's all a practice. You have to take it day by day. Some days you aren't going to go to the gym, but we can't take that day and beat up ourselves for not going to the gym. We have to allow ourselves to feel our feelings. So if you sit in it long enough, you're going to wonder, well, why do I feel this way? Sometimes we don't ask ourselves the questions that we need to ask. Why am I feeling this way? Well, how did my day go? Kind of just retracing our steps, because sometimes it's not an internal thing. Something might have happened externally. Like, girl, life be lifing.
It does.
Life be lifing. And so it can be very triggering, especially when we might be in a vulnerable space. So I say just give yourself grace. Just like you give whoever that is a chance after chance, you need to give yourself chance after chance to find yourself, find your rhythm, because it's okay.
Yes, and just to add on to that, another way is to imagine a great outcome. I think the what ifs, sometimes we don't want to go to the gym because, like, what if, I get there and I'm already tired and I'm going to just be more tired. Imagine, like, if you say, all right, I go to the gym and I'm going to be more energized, or I'm going to do this for myself. Just having like I said, a positive ending, that can be a game changer as well, because the what ifs are always sometimes the most negative part of, like, the going out. It's not the necessarily like working out, is the end part. Like, you don't want to feel a certain type of way, but if you imagine yourself feeling energized, refreshed, it can really change how you approach going to the gym.
Yeah, the hardest part is showing up.
Absolutely.
Once you get through the door, or once you finally open your mouth to say what the issue is, like, you let something out of you that's needed, and I think that then you can go to the next level.
I have to agree with you there. The hardest part is literally just getting started. Like, for me, it's like, once I roll out the mat, once I actually start playing the video, once I get my weights out, then I'm like, okay. And then after that, you feel great. But it's literally just like that transition part. So is there anything that you have found in your journey that is like a great key when you're starting? It is a new year. I think we all are kind of like getting past the holidays, and it's like, okay, time to get it back together. What is a key that you've found, both physically and mentally, that will just set you up for success?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, physically, again, like I was saying, you find something that brings you joy when you do it. Like, there's something that kind of draws you into it. And then having your group, like, it's nothing like working out with your workout crew. Like, you get there in the morning and they're all there. Everybody's tired together. Like, girl, we're here. Let's knock this workout out. And just making sure that physically you're in a place where you're not too tired, but you're in a place where, okay, I have just enough energy. If you have enough to, like, move and get there, sometimes we know ourselves, and sometimes we're like, okay, I really can't get out of bed today. But if you know you have a little something in you, you have no idea how, like, the dopamine effect from you just, like, if I just take this step to go, and I like the people that I'm around, I like what I would be doing, I know I'm gonna, it's kind of like, you have to have like a checklist in your head. I know that I'm gonna have a good time. I know that this is good for me. I know that I'm gonna have fun. Girl, let me get up and let me do this. Sometimes you just have to have that mental checklist in your head about it.
I love the team all here.
And then another aspect is knowing your why, you know, writing it down, being really specific of why you're doing this. And then starting small. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed, like, oh, I have to, you know, run a marathon. Let's start it by, you know, walking up and down the street.
Right,
You know?
losing 50 pounds in a
Losing
month.
50 pounds in a month, all
Yeah.
that, you know, just start, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Stop putting the pressure on ourselves, and also knowing that we are a priority too. You know, yes, we have a lot of things to do, but we need to put ourselves on that list. And then last, I think when it comes to, you know, just getting that to go, I think just not only writing down your why, but also giving yourself a consequence. Because we have consequences about everything else. If we don't pay our bills, what's going to happen? They're going to turn the lights off. You know, that's what's going to happen. But if we do ourselves like that, have a consequence. Okay, if I do not do what I say I'm going to do, what is my consequence? And the consequence is not a punishment. It is a result of you not handling your obligation. So I think that's something that you have to really do, is just write down.
One more time, people in the back.
You know, a consequence is not a punishment. This is not something that you beat yourself over with if you don't do it. A consequence is something that you have to do. It's the obligation for not. It's it's what you are obligated to do, and because you didn't do it, that's the results of it. So that's how you have to see it when it comes to yourself.
Yes.
You are important, so you got to treat yourself like so. Yeah.
All right, now Carla, I have a question for you. So you've seen these ladies in their journey. What do you think is the number one value that they're bringing to the community? You work all throughout the 904. I know you work with so many different types of clients as a journalist and as a marketer, but what is it that really set this apart for you, and why you wanted to make sure that they had a spotlight on them today?
Look at them. I mean, the sisterhood, I just think it's a beautiful thing. And I told them their authentic sisterhood is kind of like paid forward in the community. I think with women, like a lot of what you said, we talked about like life pivots and life-changing moments like childbirth and friendships and getting married and getting divorced and menopause, all these things that we go through where we need each other and we have these shared experiences. So it's important that we have that support during those times, that we know how to talk to each other. Like you said, that has been that, you know, self-talk is so important. So the catalyst of change for me with that negative self-talk was to say, I am my own best friend. So how would I talk to my best friend? I'm going to start talking to myself that way. So I think self-compassion is a great start for any change or any positive change. And I just, you know, that's what I see in them. It's not just about the weight. It's about holistic change and connecting and showing empathy to others. So that's what I love.
Right. I think that a lot of times we isolate weight loss or weight gain as just a physical attribute. But the fact that you're connecting it to the psychology, to the health benefits, you know, so much of this for me, you know, mine was not nearly as drastic, but I really kind of like let my body get away from where I was an athlete, and I really had it built into my schedule, and I was just always in shape. I didn't have to worry about being healthy or being in shape because it was my job. But when it was no longer my job and I transitioned into TV, like things can get away from you. I mean, you see the snacks people bring in here. It can slip away from you quickly. But what I noticed is that like my energy levels were dropping. My sleep was not as good. Like it starts to affect different parts of your life, and you set the tone now kind of in our age group for what your body's going to look like when it's 70, 80, and not just what it's going to look like, but how it is going to perform for you. Can you pick up your grandkids? Can you still walk your dog? Can you still go play golf? So I think the fact that you're framing it as not just pounds lost or gained, but it's lifestyle lost or gained, and really like an overall wellness lost or gained.
And that is so exciting. I love how she said, imagine the best part of it. Like I do yoga with my grandmothers. I'm a yoga teacher, and we do chair yoga, and they are 88 and 93. And I'm just like amazed at watching how they still, you know, are learning about their bodies. So you don't ever have to give up on yourself, no matter your age, no matter your size, no matter what it is. So
you're worth it. You're worth it every single
Absolutely.
day at every single age. So if you want to find out more about these ladies, I'm going to turn it over to them so that you can let us know how to stay connected with you, what resources you provide. It's like, and there's a special. My special audience member Rance is saying there's a special. We do love a River City surprise, always.
Amazing. Yes, and so you can visit our website at bodyprecepts.com. Jocelyn and I, we will happily answer any emails you have at info@bodyprecepts.com as well. And so for our River City Live special, so we have a little Bring a Friend special that we're going to be doing. So we host a class called Tempo Fit on Saturdays, and you guys have free access to Tempo Fit all month long.
Yes.
All right, so all you have to do is go to the link that we've provided, click on that, register yourself for class, and girl, come on. The address will be right on the sign in. Yes.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, again, please email us at bodyprecept.com.
Yes, and follow us on social media, please. Body Precepts, and this is Jocelyn. That's her Instagram handle.
Yes.
This is Jocelyn, and then I am Jolisa, Jolisa.
All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much. Carla, thank you so much for sharing the spotlight with these amazing women. Ladies, thank you for bringing fitness, sisterhood, and inclusivity to the community. You're welcome back anytime. Whipping Rants and I into shape, because that summer body is right around the corner, and we're going to keep it sustained till we got an 80-year-old summer body. I love it. All right. So we will be back with a lot more River City Plus tomorrow at 10:15 and bright and early tomorrow morning for River City Live. Bye, everybody.